The NFL is on EA Sports as we come to you from Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson, California. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the New York Jets and the Los Angeles Chargers. Here's Michael Badgley now to get this one started. And we are underway in Southern California. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Bell running on first down as he'll push forward for about 3. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Watch the run, watch the run.
From the 39, Darnold. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Darnold from the gun. This one caught by Crowder. And he's going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. Darnold off the play fake to Bell. Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick, and the return stop. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Gordon. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Gordon happy to be back in the fold after reporting to the Chargers on September 26th. You know, the fan base is happy to have Melvin Gordon back as well. Week 5, his first game back, 12 carries, 31 yards. And he certainly figures to be the bell cow in that backfield for the Chargers going forward. So negative yardage, a loss of 3 on second down, and that leads to a tough 3rd down call. Now Rivers. Got Gordon open, completes it. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll bring up 4th down. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10.
Hey, check Mike 57, Mike 57. I got one. Go. 57. Mike, 57. Yeah.
Now Rivers on 4th down. He's got his man. It's Williams. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 12 yards there. The Chargers have a first down.
Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on fourth down in that situation.
Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traits of aggression in their history, but what a start to this game. They're going for it.
Yeah, a lot of people might say reckless, but they got it. 1 for 1 on fourth down here early in the game.
Rivers now finding Mike Williams. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. Rivers now. That is caught. It's Benjamin for the Charger touchdown. Travis Benjamin there to make the grab. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. No real hesitation from Anthony Lynn. They're going to go for 2.
Stand up in. Hey, go orange. Orange. Protein spill. Load it. Load it. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
They're going to give it to Gordon. And he is not going to make it. They stop him up short, and this will remain a 6-0 ball game. So they went for 2 and failed. They didn't use him on the PAT, but now he boots this one away with a 6-0 lead. This will be taken very short. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. On second down, it's Bell. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Come on, baby. Hey, wahoo! Here we go.
Throwing here on third down, Darnold. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. 6-0 our score after 1. The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. On 4th down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. This is brought in at the 21. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. Cluster. Hey, check Mike 46.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10.
Big air, big air, big air.
Rivers to throw it. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
A good lane to run there for Bell as he'll get about 7 on 1st down. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Darnold, he'll let this go. And this is going to be intercepted. Desmond King picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
We ain't giving up nothing today. Watch this.
They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on 1st down. Room here to run. There goes Melvin Gordon. 30. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Chargers get the quick strike touchdown. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. Now they are going for it. Darnold. He's going to let this one go deep. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position.
Round 80. Get the ball.
Now Gordon on 1st down. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd and 7, Rivers, and it's incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Check, 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 check. Wait. Watch the twist.
To throw on third down. Rivers. And he's got his man. It's Henry for a Chargers touchdown. Hunter Henry there to make the grab. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. No real hesitation from Anthony Lynn. They're going to go for two. They're going to try and run. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. Only had a couple of yards to gain there on the 2-point conversion, and they were able to do it.
And how many teams shy away from running the football in a 2-point conversion? They treat 2 yards as if it were 20. If you're a good team running the ball, go to your strength. Go ahead and push it into the end zone.
Yeah, they did. It worked.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And they're still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down. Back to throw, Darnold. Open man is Anderson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give them 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. Now a first down carry by Bell. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
The Jets on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Darnold now to throw. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Now Edwards to kick as he sends it away. This is fielded at the 27. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Charger drive about to get going. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Across the formation, he's got a man. That's Allen. Touchdown, Allen! Phillip Rivers with his 3rd touchdown pass of the game. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Rivers, and this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. A final shot before the break, Darnold. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
They'll start the third quarter on the ground with Gordon. Oh, he's got some breathing room. There goes Melvin Gordon. 20. And oh, at the end of it, he's stripped. Ball comes loose. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
It's not often that we see big plays end in disaster. And we just absolutely saw it right there. They had something really big cooking on that one.
When you're down near the goal line like that on a big play, do you get maybe a little too careless, a little too desperate for the goal line?
I think the last part is exactly right. You get desperate for the goal line, and sometimes you get the ball out of it, away from your body.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Le'Veon Bell. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Jets are able to cut into this deficit. Extra point up and through. And it's now a 28-7 ball game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over. The other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Now Rivers throw into the hands of Gordon. I call it no gain there on the first down play.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
180. Hey, high 7.
Operating from the gun. Rivers. Allen's got it complete. And now off to the races down the right side. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. A 4th touchdown pass there for Phillip Rivers. And the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors. But that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Now Eckler, and he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. Oh, boy, rubbing a little salt in the wound there, going for 2 up this big.
You know, there's one time when I played, Brandon, and played against a team that was just absolutely pile driving us, and they ended up going for 2 late in the game. And I asked one of the guys, why'd you do that? He said, because we wanted to win by more. That feels like that type of situation.
Wow. Well, it could also result in a melee later, though. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Darnold. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas.
180.
At the 40-yard line.
Hey, Delta! Recon, 132 fighter.
Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
Now Gordon. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. On 3rd down, this is Melvin Gordon. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Rivers on 1st down. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And they'll be down just outside of the end zone at the 1-yard line.
As much football as we watch, we've seen this work many times. In the red zone, first down, take a shot at the end zone, and points result. In this case, though, give credit to the defense. They outguessed them, were prepared, and intercepted the pass.
And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to... Another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. It's going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford anymore at this point.
There we go.
The Charger drive about to get going. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 38, and he'll bring this one back to the 29.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
On 1st down, it's Bell. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
From the 24, Darnold. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Jets capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
Everyone felt like this game was over, but to be able to stay in it, put together a drive, score a touchdown, that's got to be a positive for them.
Now Darnold. Looking in zone, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, If you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that exit here, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The Charger drive about to get going. And a chance to make this a double whammy as they start this drive already in great field position.
Yeah, a couple of really good punches, don't you think? I mean, bam, bam, and be able to lay in another one. That's exactly what they're looking for. What a great start for them.
Like a prize fighter.
I love it.
A good pickup there, 21 yards. Back now at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. From the red zone now, Rivers to the goal line, but it's incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Quentin Williams. It's a loss of 7.
Check three. Tighten up.
3rd and long for Rivers. Looking for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
You. Undercrush, Red Delta! Hey, I'm gonna go load it.
4th down, Rivers. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Tremaine Johnson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The intended receiver there, Allen. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because and a big loss here as he's taken down. Melvin Ingram picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
To try again after the sack. Darnold, he's got Herndon, his tight end. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down.
Hey, Haywood! You don't want me?
The shotgun snap for Darnold. Trying to lay one up deep. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he's on to punt for New York. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Yeah, not a great one there. Out of bounds in the air. And the offense is going to be set up already in enemy territory inside the 45.
Check me 90. Hey, bro, 80. Hey. Load it. Hey, check Mike 46.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Looked like it might have been intercepted, but he's out of bounds. And a good thing, too, probably. That would have cost him yardage. But now they'll get the ball back on the turnover on downs.
Bravo. Hey, tighten down. There you go.
A second down throw for Rivers. Gets it to Gordon. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. The first down line at the 34 here on third down. Here's Rivers. Open man, it's Allen. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 23 yards on the play.
180, block 15. Come on, let's go.
First down, Rivers. That's complete. It's Gordon. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion. So here's second and nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So it's third and long for the Chargers and Rivers after the sack. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Brandon Copeland providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a fourth and long. And caught by Henry. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. The fourth down play doesn't work for the Chargers, and the Jets are going to get the football back. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. The Jets on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Mike 52, Mike 52. Here we go.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. But his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Desmond King picked. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
What we got? Let's get the set. Red Delta! Silver. Hey, team 6.
Following the interception here, Rivers. Able to get this to Gordon. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward. Throwing here, Rivers. And this is complete. It's Allen. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Throwing, Rivers. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So it's 3rd and long for the Chargers and Rivers after the sack.
Left.
Working out of the gun, Rivers going for it all. And this is going to be intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And they take a knee.
Doubles on the keeper. It's a loss of a yard, and it's third down. Today's final score.
Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it, and they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
The NFL is on EA Sports as we come to you from Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson, California. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the New York Jets and the Los Angeles Chargers. here's Michael Badgley now to get this one started. And we are underway in Southern California. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
Line 52, line 52. Red 80. Check. 3. 218. Jump.
Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run it with Bell. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll try and run for it with Bell. And the lane closes quickly for Bell, and he did not make it. Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. They'll run it with Bell. And this doesn't end well. Game. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game, and the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position.
Set 180. Set 180. Danny.
On 1st and 10, Rivers. Looking for Benjamin, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Tremaine Johnson. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Certainly not the cleanest of starts to this football game. Back-to-back plays yield turnovers in this first quarter.
So there's not much flow right now. A very choppy game. And I know this. It's a copycat league. We say it all the time about the NFL, but I'm not quite sure this is what they had in mind about something they wanted to emulate.
No, you don't want to emulate a turnover. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Check 31. Check 31. Red 80.
Now Bell. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. Here's Darnold. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Desmond King there on the coverage. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. Now, remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on 4th. They're going to try a second time. They'll go for it with Bell. And the surge is going to field. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Stop here, D. Watch the shift. Watch the shift. Hey, hey. Watch the shift. Watch the shift. Hey, easy. Easy. 46. Load it. Load it. Get him. Shift. 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 Behind.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. From the gun, Rivers. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Brandon Copeland. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
Orange 5-4. 46. Check Mike 46. Guys, it's game situation. Let's go. Check 4. Check 4. Wait.
After the sack on first down, Rivers toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Caught by Allen. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal. Now Rivers on 4th down. And my goodness, this is incomplete. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And the Jets are going to get the football back. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Lady. No, lady.
Darnold. Wesco, the tight end, making the catch. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
We go, son. 58, come on. Red, Eddie.
To throw is Darnold. And he's got a man, Demaryius Thomas. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The Jets with the football here to start the 2nd quarter. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. And they are going for it. Darnold, he finds his target. It's Crowder. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. It's Bell. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
A 9-yard
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. The drive stays alive, a third down gain of 8. Now after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Darnold. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Hey, lady. Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again. Hey, son.
Darnold off the play fake to Bell. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Uchenna Nwosu, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. This is taken at about the 14. 12 yards on the return that time, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Charger drive about to get going. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a 1st down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense, just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
He's got a man. That's Keenan Allen. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a 1st down for L.A.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
They go back to Gordon here on 1st down. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That one 28 yards on the ground. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And he's into the clear. He's at the 30. 10. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. Oh, he missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there. And this will stay a 6-point ball game. So they'll get another shot on offense. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
34 yards there and a 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
46 to Mike. Touchdown.
From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Benjamin's got it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
Factory 90, block 15. Let's go.
From the red zone now, Rivers under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Rivers to throw it. Gets it to Gordon. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break.
Check 99. Check 99. Keep it skinny.
To throw is Rivers. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Lance Kendricks in the final seconds of the first half as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Final play of the half, Rivers. And this is going to be hauled in. So they get the 2-point conversion. And now they have an 8-6 lead. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And solid field position here to start as they get it out to the 40-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. A final shot before the break. Darnold, he lost the football and picked up by the Chargers. But they will not be able to capitalize as time has run out here on the first half of play. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
36. Showing up.
Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. That's complete. It's Gordon. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Rivers. He completes it to Henry. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down. Off the play fake here, Rivers. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. He was trying to get that one to Allen that time. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Bell. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Faking the give, Darnold. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Credit the sack to Joey Bosa.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They're going to go. It's Darnold. And he's going to go down. The hammer off the edge. Well, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, you know, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? Hey, you want to go for it here? We shut you down? They're around the bench right now feeling great.
Give them 12 yards there. The Chargers have a first down. Now Rivers. This is caught. And he doesn't quite make it. Taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Now it's a bootleg with Rivers. Able to get this to Gordon. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. They'll try and punch it in. Gordon fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. A 3-yard touchdown run. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. No real hesitation from Anthony Lynn. They're going to go for 2. Throwing, Rivers. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. This is Bell. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is...
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Melvin Ingram able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Off of play action, Darnold eluding the pressure, and he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Back to throw, Darnold. On the catch, it's Crowder. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. Adam Gase rolls the dice. It doesn't pan out. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon. About 3 yards there to the 27.
180, 115. Hey, Delta! Two-jet bomber.
From the 27, Rivers. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Jamal Adams. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Mike, 58, right there. Watch the screen,
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. 31 yards there and a first down. Looked like they might have been thinking safety with that pressure off the edge instead of worrying about the running back.
I like the observation because many defenses in that situation actually have get a safety in their play call. Upfield penetration, try and trap them in the back.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Adrian Phillips. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
That throw into the arms of Allen. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give them 15 yards on that one, and a Charger first down. Rivers now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, Rivers. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Neville Hewitt able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told. Another try after the first down sack. Rivers, he's going to fire one deep over the middle. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down. Anthony Lynn says now's the time. His guy's going on 4th down. Rivers to throw for it on 4th. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Jordan Jenkins. And the Jets are going to get the football back. And I am not sure, partner, there what the mindset was to go for it. I don't know.
And some teams just feel that possession is the key to everything. They just want to have the football in their hands. No matter how it goes to the other team, they just don't trust doing that. So they say, listen, go for it and try and finish it ourselves.
After the interception, here's Darnold. This one caught by Crowder. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Give him 30 yards there. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Darnold from the gun. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Joey Bosa picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Darnold completes it. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Here's Darnold. That's to his running back, complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. Darnold now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Joey Bosa in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
Darnold. And the pressure gets to him again. Joey Bosa, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack. Now it's Darnold. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 33, and his guys are going to get the football. At the 37-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Defensively, there's still 3 timeouts. Do you even need to use them at this point?
I think a lot of coaches do it anyway, and it seems like cosmetics to us.
Is it just send a message you're not quitting?
Send a message that you're not quitting. Let your team know you're going to battle all the way, and you're always hoping for that ultimate miracle that something will happen, you'll pick up the ball and score, and you'll have a chance one more time and maybe on an onside kick, but not likely.
So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Oh, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.